Never get back? Well, what am I doing here then? Coast FM 963. You're on Raw and More. Angus Hamel here with you between 7 and 9 p.m. on a beautiful public holiday Monday. Happy Australia Day to all those who celebrate. It's been a wonderful long weekend, and we are celebrating Raw's fantastic after show with great tunes, great vibes, and great guys. I say guys because, as always, I am not doing this alone. A bit of an abridged version of the crew in with us tonight. Everyone is really taking part in the Australia Day of being bludgers on this day. But that's okay because we're being joined by a couple of the best in the business. Firstly, Mr. Jake Mercer is back after having a fully sick week last week.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad that I'm done with it and that I'm back in the booth with the boys.
I know, right? Yeah. We missed you, even though you do bag the Mariners every chance you get, but it's still
well,
nice to have you back.
Can you blame me?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. And would you believe it? We have a very special guest co-host with us this evening.
Yeah, some would say like a legend of the station.
I would say the greatest presenter we have on Monday nights after 9 p.m.
Stop it.
Mr. Will Parkhouse is here from Uncut Gems.
Hello, I was dragged in here. I don't know why I'm here. Please help me.
It's true. It's true. We arrived together, Jake. Everyone else had pulled out. James O'Brien is working. Finn's at a family gather. Steve Wheatley, the biggest traitor of them all. Where is he?
He's in bloody Melbourne.
Melbourne?
What are you doing,
He didn't
mate?
take Ballpark Music's advice. You even wore the shirt.
I know. I wore the shirt. I'm
Right.
wearing that shirt tonight. And Steve Wheatley is in, of all places, that exact city. So, yeah, disappointment. But that's okay because we get to spend the night with our good friend Will Parkhouse. Will, how's your weekend been?
Yeah, it's been really good. I went to Canberra last week, which was very fun. I went to the zoo. I went with my mum, just the two of us. Went to the zoo, went to a bunch of the landmarks up there, Questacon, went to the library, galleries up there, very nice. Yeah, Canberra is just very chill, very, very nice. You don't really hear much talk about Canberra in terms of like, aside from politics. Canberra's just a chill place, other than the fact that a bunch of political people lived there. But other than that, Canberra's a pretty cool place. Went there, came back, and now I'm here.
Love that. You heard it here first. Raw and More rates Canberra over Melbourne.
Please move to Canberra.
Please do move to Canberra. Jake, what have you been up to this long weekend?
Oh, not much, mate. Just went up to Newcastle. I know Brando, favourite place to be.
Oh, that's someone else who's not here tonight. Yeah, Brando Macmillan's not here.
Come on, man. Where are you?
It's because it's cloudy, that's why.
Oh, yeah, right. Just like grey skies, and Brando's like, yeah, nah, not happening. Yeah, so I went to Newcastle just to hang out with a mate. We just played video games all weekend, and didn't really do a whole lot, but it was a lot of fun.
Oh, I love that. That's the best way to spend it. Nice and chill and, rewinding, relaxing, recharging before another big week of work. I had a couple of big nights, to be honest. Much like millions of other Australians, revelled in a certain countdown that happened on Saturday, the Hottest 100 of 2025, which is done by another radio station that we won't mention the name of. Exactly. Lots of songs that we have come to love over the last 12 months did very well on the list. Quite a few songs missed out as well. We'll be going through the stats throughout the show this evening, but we're also going to be looking back at a handful of songs that have won the countdown that have come out of our home country. We started off right there with the song that won it 10 years ago. The Rubens with Hoops came in first in 2015, and also Coast FM listeners might recognise that as the Homebrewed theme song when they were on this very time slot. And this is a band, to start things off, that I'm in. A song that came in number one in the Hottest 100 of 2010, and a song about Steve Wheatley's travels back to the coast right now. It's myself, Angus, and Julia Stone with their smash hit single. It's called Big Jet Plane.
I just wanna wish you well. I just wanna wish you well.
And well, he did do. Bernard Fanning right there on Coast of M963's Raw and More. Ango with Jaco and Willow. Interesting combination right there, with you between 7 and 9 p.m. That right there were two former Australian winners of the Hottest 100. Angus and Julia Stone, so myself, with Big Jet Plane, came in at number one in 2010. The song you just heard came number one 20 years ago to the day, because it was broadcast on this date. Bernard Fanning with Wish You Well. well, which is crazy. 20 years old, one of the Australian icons of the countdown as well. And speaking of Australian icons, Jake, can you believe it? The Mariners did not lose on the weekend.
Shocked and stunned I am.
You and me both. It
was a 2-2 draw, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2-2 draw.
Yeah.
A real case of deja vu. The Mariners coming up against Auckland FC in Auckland. They drew with them 2-2 last year in very similar circumstances with a last-minute goal by a new striker, which is just crazy to think about. In this case, our new signing from Melbourne, well, he's on the coast now. He moved away from Melbourne. Lavale, he scored a double, scored a pretty scrappy goal in the last minute to get us the draw and get us the point against the competition leaders, which, considering what the club's been through the last few weeks, we'll take that as a win.
Yeah,
I mean, it's better than losing, yeah.
I will say, sorry, I nearly interrupted you guys. I will say the goalkeeper in the Mariners, bloody oath, he's a good goalkeeper.
Oh, he puts in work.
Yeah, I think he was a goalkeeper for the official Australian soccer team, I believe.
Yeah, Andrew Redmayne. Yeah. He is a legend. He saved the penalty that sent us through to the last World Cup 4 years ago.
He's good. He's so good.
Very good signing for us. If it wasn't for him, I mean, we are still bottom of the league, but if it wasn't for him, we would be even further out of touch with the rest of the league. The women's, if you can believe it, actually lost a game.
If you can believe it, really?
They lost.
Angus.
I know, unbelievable. They lost against the Western Sydney Wanderers, but one shining light was Annalise Rasmussen, who just is on a hot streak of scoring goals. She put another one in the back of the net. I think she's top of the leaderboard when it comes to goal scorers in the whole league this season, which is just absolutely massive. So they've swapped roles. More big news coming out of the club as well, and it's not happy news. One of our best players over the last couple of seasons, and the winner of the Man of the Match medal in the grand final, our famous Central Coast grand final 2 years ago, Ryan Edmondson has unfortunately announced his immediate departure from the club, which is a real shame to see. But yeah, he did put out a statement on his Instagram saying how much he's enjoyed his time here, and also the fact that we really need to get behind our club in these tough times of being in league administration as well. Also happening right now as we speak, massive tennis news. Madison Inglis, local qualifier, not expected to go past the first round in the Australian Open, is currently playing against the world number 2, Iga Swiatek, in the women's round of 16. Iga Swiatek is currently leading the first set 2 games to love, but that's okay. Maddie's an Aussie battler, so get around her and watch that with us on in the background as well, of course. And of course, Alex de Minaur, the Aussie fave, is going to be playing tomorrow night on Rod Laver Arena against the world number 1, Carlos Alcaraz. That is a absolute walkover. He'll smash that easily.
Absolutely.
Not sure.
Oh, yeah. So I actually had a question. This is a completely off topic, but since the Hottest 100 just came out, I was wondering, what was the first albums you guys have listened to officially this year? Like, I'm talking any album, like from like any year that you have listened to first for this year.
I love that. I'm a big fan of albums, like especially on road trips, just pop a CD in or chuck on streaming and just listen to the whole thing from start to finish. I think for me, it would have probably been either Turnstile with Never Enough that they released last year, maybe Ballpark, or maybe even Role Model, but I'm pretty sure it was Turnstile with Never Enough, which is absolute banger after banger. I don't know how they didn't have any songs in the Hottest 100 this year.
Yeah, it's Highway Robbery. Highway Robbery.
I couldn't agree more.
For me, I think it was The Death and Birth of an Angel by a band called Falling with Scissors. And
what a name!
It's a very, very interesting band. It's sort of like a mix between like metalcore, deathcore, EDM, and then like one of the songs just has like a hard style breakdown just out of nowhere.
Wow, mixing styles.
It's like, I wouldn't say it's for everyone, but it is an absolutely incredible album, and the lyrics are really cool, and I like the vocals. It's awesome.
I like that. Wasn't there a band called like Running with Scissors or something like that, or like an album or something like that?
No, I think Running with Scissors was by Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So this is the sequel, obviously. Falling with Scissors.
Weird Al's like career just took a weird turn.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past him.
This doesn't sound like... Where's the accordion?
Oh, true.
I'm actually surprised he hasn't dropped like a metal track or something over the years.
You'd think so.
Yeah.
Maybe metal album loading for him next.
He's done a Rage Against the Machine parody called I'll Sue Ya.
Oh, yes.
Which is like really hilarious.
Yeah.
So that's the closest we'll ever get to Weird Al doing metal, I guess.
How about you, Will? What was your first album?
Weirdly enough, it was Seal's second album titled Seal 2. And I was curious because I was like, oh, Kiss from a Rose is on there. I'm like, oh, I'll listen to the album. And I quite enjoyed it. There's actually quite a few tracks on there that I also enjoyed apart from Kiss from a Rose. And then I guess, and I also mentioned the first 2026 release album I've listened to was an album called Patchwork by Aloha. It was sort of like this mix of like bedroom pop, bubblegum pop, just like even like mixes of like you get like elements of alternative rock and shoegaze in there as well. It was really, really nice. It had great production, great vocals, and yeah, definitely check it out. The album cover has just, I think it's like it's like an anime album cover, but yeah, it's great stuff.
I love that. Any chance of hearing it on Uncut Gems next week, perhaps?
Yeah, probably, honestly.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's a teaser for next Monday. And also this Sunday, the Central Coast Mariners are returning home to Gosford. Sunday afternoon kickoff against Melbourne Victory, last year's grand finalists, and currently coming 7th on the league. So a bit of a disappointing season for them. They've been up and down. They've had good results, bad results. But Jake, they're playing in Gosford. We just drew with the competition leaders. How are we going to go?
Well, the thing is that Melbourne Victory are coming off of 2 straight losses at the moment, and the Mariners have 2 straight draws. So I think this might be the match that'll finally get the Mariners going, and I think they might have the upset.
Are you saying
I'm picking Mariners?
you're picking the Mariners?
I'm picking the Mariners, yeah.
Wow, Wayne.
Yeah.
If the Raw Boys were here, they would be doing backflips.
Absolutely, would just be like, what?
What score do you reckon?
I think 2-1.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. That's pretty solid. How about you, Will?
I'm tempted to say 2-2.
2-2. You're going for another draw, do you reckon? Nice
Yeah,
and even.
maybe.
I mean, it's very plausible. I reckon
Very
you're on the
plausible.
right track right there.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, because this is the team we defeated in the grand final a couple of years ago, and just a tribute for Ryan Edmondson leaving, I'm going to say it's going to be the exact same score, and we're going to win 3-1.
Ooh,
There you
3-1.
go.
Okay.
Ambitious, I know, but we'll mark that little clip right there and chat, clip that.
Exactly.
We'll come back to that. The next game for the Mariners girls is also on Wednesday. Oh no, that was New Year's Eve. I'm such a silly goose. I can't find their next game. Well, that's okay. Go me. Very well prepared. Give me 2 seconds.
Either way, I'm going to pick the girls to win.
I mean, they've
Yeah,
had
of
a great
course.
season.
Yeah, they've had a
great.
fantastic season.
Here we go. They're playing Brisbane Roar this Friday night in Brisbane. Brisbane have been up and down as well. Obviously, I'm going to be tipping the Mariners for this. What do you reckon, Jake?
100% Mariners. Yep.
I feel like every time the female team of Mariners goes out, we have to do the da 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 da. Let's go, girls. We got to do it.
And on that beautiful piece of optimism, it's time to take a quick break. Coming up, we're looking back at another Hottest 100 winner that made history on a couple of different categories.
Central Coast Community Radio.
What a feeling. Coast FM.
Hey, indeed. Coast FM 963, you're on Raw and More. That right there was Aussie indie rockers Spiderbait with a song that was history-making in more than one way. Buy Me a Pony, the song that was the first Australian song to ever top the Hottest 100, doing so in the Hottest 100 of 1996, and also to this day, the shortest song to ever come number 1, coming in at 1 minute and 42 seconds long. And Will, as a drummer, you may have noticed as well, it had a very interesting time signature.
Yes, and okay, so this song, I think in the verses, it's in 6/4 or 6/8. I think it's in 6/4, and then it changes up to 7/4.
So you
which
could
makes the
say-
song to alternate between 6/4 and 7/4.
So the OG 6/7.
My disappointment is immeasurable,
And my day is ruined.
You're welcome for that incredible piece of Australian music trivia courtesy of Will Parkhouse and nobody else in the room.
Oh, when will it die?
Maybe in 2027.
Oh.
Now, this is weird. We normally have a good vibe on the schedule for the show, but it says here on the list we have a news headline, a breaking news. Let's just go straight to it.
Good evening. We interrupt this program for some breaking news. A member of Coast FM's Raw and More team has called his team members crazy. The member of the team said that they were crazy if they thought there wasn't going to be a good vibe of the night without him being there. He also said that they had a better chance of trying to get one of their fellow team members to come in during the rain if they thought they could replace his good vibe of the night. That's it for news now. Now back to your regular scheduled programming. And from that bit of breaking news, here's another bit of news. It's Steve's Good Vibe of the Night. Oh yeah, that's right. It is time for my good vibe of the night. The time of the night where I pick something out of my music repertoire, slap it out there on the Coast FM airways and hope that you, yes you, my lovely boys who I'm sure are probably missing me in the studio right now, enjoy it as much as I do. Now, as Angus said earlier through the night, Coasties, unfortunately I am not there this week. I am on my way back travelling from Melbourne, where I have been playing goalball with the Australian team all week. What a way to celebrate Australia Day, Steve. I know. So unfortunately, I'm not able to be there this week, but I have definitely chosen a Aussie banger as my good vibe of the night. And why not? Because of today being, of course, Australia Day. So I have definitely chosen something that is not only from a great Aussie band and a great Aussie tune, but it is also a great PSA from all of us here at Raw and More, and I know something that I'm definitely going to be singing all the way back to Sydney from Melbourne. So here is my good vibe of the night. It is Brisbane band Ballpark Music with Please Don't Move to Melbourne. Enjoy the rest of the show, boys.
PSA we should all be able to relate to on Coast FM 963. You're on Raw and More. And that right there was a very timely interruption by someone who's not here physically but decided to be here in spirit. Anyway, Steve Wheatley with Steve's Good Vibe of the Night, which was, well, obviously the greatest song ever written. Ballpark Music with Please Don't Move to Melbourne.
Ironically, coming from the guy who went to Melbourne.
I know.
Traitor.
But that's okay because he's coming home, so he's not moving there yet. But
Fingers
yes,
crossed.
awesome song. Did very well in the Hottest 100. I was aiming for it to be top 10 and it came exactly 10th. So I'm 50% really proud, really happy, but also 50% should have been higher.
Disappointed.
Disappointed. Either way, well done, Steve. You got us good there with your news flash. And he'll be home from Melbourne same time next week and with us on Raw and More. One would certainly hope. But one thing that's always with you is...
Two songs, they sound exactly alike. Yes, these are two songs.
Two songs?
What are
And they are sound alikes.
Oh, since Steve isn't here, Will, what is it with these two songs?
Well, They sound exactly alike.
Well, it's funny you say that because this segment is called Soundalikes, where I give you two songs, one original, one that takes a little bit of, let's just say, inspiration from the original, whether it be done in the form of sampling, interpolating, re-recording it yourself, or even just playing a melody that sounds a little bit too close to the original source.
Flying too close to the sun.
Yes, like Icarus, one might say. Indeed.
Indubitably.
Indubitably mythological. We have a very special Australian version of Soundalikes in front of us right now. We have one original, which is also a Hottest 100 winner, and another one which took a little bit of inspiration from the original that nearly won a Hottest 100 at all. We're starting off, obviously, with the original first, and while this kind of sampling, interpolating, is only borrowing a couple of lines from the source material, sometimes that can be enough. It's up to these guys to try and figure out whether or not this borrowing was done legally or illegally.
Illegally.
Without further ado, here is the original of the two tracks. Legendary Australian rockers Powderfinger with These Days. Hilltop Hoods, Mother Flippers, Coast of M963, you're on Raw and More. Angus, as well as Will and Jake with you between 7 and 9 p.m. We are in the midst of a segment right now called Soundalikes, the segment where I give you two songs, one original, one that takes a little bit of inspiration from the original, and it's up to these guys to try and figure out whether or not that inspiration was done legally or illegally. Naughty, naughty, great unsuccess. The two songs you heard right there on this special Australian version of this Soundalikes was at the top, Powderfinger with their 1999 hit single These Days, and the song you just heard was Hilltop Hoods with their 2003 breakthrough single The Nosebleed Section, which did have a bit of interpolation in there, one line in particular that they borrowed from the chorus of These Days by Powderfinger. I ask you the question, guys, did they get permission to do that, or were they gangster rappers who got in big trouble?
I think because it was a line and it was, I think, probably within like the 10 seconds that you're allowed to use.
Fair use.
It was,
yeah, that's true.
I think it was done legally.
I like that.
I didn't consider that.
He's going straight for the fair use sort of excuse right there. But was fair use a thing back in 2003?
Might have not been.
May have been. What do you reckon, Will?
Oh, look, that is a good point with the fair use thing. That's a very, very good point. But I might go with it was done illegally because it was like, of course it was a line, but they sung it in this style of Powderfinger, and maybe they didn't even get clearance. Maybe they just maybe they even forgot to get clearance, or I guess maybe they just didn't bother. They were just maybe they were young and they just didn't want to ask or anything like that. So I'll just go with illegally.
Very true. It's a thing that happened quite often where artists just didn't even think it was something that they could get in trouble for, or just completely had an oversight.
And to be fair, it's a hip hop song, so they use samples in the song, but of course they get clearance for the samples they use in the song. But so maybe they've done it legally, but I'm going to go with illegally just to see.
I like that. We love a bit of conflict.
Just to be, have some opposition, I guess.
Yeah, go against the grain. I love that. You've done very well with that. Well, I can reveal right now that Hilltop Hoods borrowing a few lyrics there from Powderfinger was done legally.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Yes, it was done to the point that Suffer, one of the lead MCs from Hilltop Hoods and the lyricist of that line as well, personally reached out to Bernard Fanning to kind of tell him his admiration for him as an artist, a musician, and in Australian culture as well, and asking if it would be okay for them to use this line in their song. Bernard not only agreed, but he said they could use it without giving him any sort of credit, which is the Aussie way, mate. I know, right?
Oh, gee.
And in the end, Nosebleed Section by Hilltop Hoods ended up charting higher than any Powderfinger or Bernard Fanning song on the Hottest 100 of Australian songs last year. So, in the long run, Hilltop came on top, just like they did in the Hottest 100 this year, finally beating Billie Eilish and reclaiming their crown. Congratulations to Jake for getting that one right.
Thank you.
Will, there'll be another chance for you very shortly.
I was clutching at straws with my sort of like reasoning, but I just wanted to see, you know.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
There's been a few times that segment has surprised me, and it's surprised Steve Wheatley a lot as well, who might be listening in right now. One thing that might not come as a surprise is it's time for us to take a quick break, but coming up, we're going to be hearing my good vibe of the night. And now it's time for a segment that'll make you feel like you're in the nosebleed section. It's Angus's good vibe of the night. Oh yeah, it's my good vibe of the night. The segment where I dive deep into my own personal playlist, pull out a song or two that I think have immaculate vibes, slap them out there on the Coast FM airwaves, and hope that you, yes you, Jake Mercer sitting opposite me right now, yes,
me?
Shout it out. Get it. Enjoy it as much as I do. Now, one thing that's very important to touch on a day like this is, as much as it's a day of celebration for a lot of people in this beautiful country of ours, long weekend, barbecues, hanging out with mates, enjoying the summery good times, it is also a day of a lot of struggle and pain for the original Australians in this country. So I thought for my good vibe of the night, I would pay tribute to our First Nations with a couple of my personal favourite tracks to come from First Nations artists in the last few years. One of my personal favourite bands is one called King Stingray. I've had the chance to work with those guys a couple of times, and I've caught up with them at a few of their gigs as well. This song actually was one of my most played songs of 2025, and it incorporates classic indie pop surf rock with a few native sounds in there as well. Without further ado, this is my good vibe of the night. King Stingray with a track from their newest album, For the Dreams. Beautiful piece of summery indie rock. It's called Southerly. Better in Black indeed on Coast FM 963. You're on I nearly said Sunday Session. That's my other show. You're on Raw and More. That right there was Angus's good vibe of the night,
which was?
Well, a bit of a tribute to First Nations Indigenous artists on this day that can be very tough for a lot of people out there on Australia Day. At the top, we heard from King Stingray, Arnhem Land Rockers with Southerly, one of my favourite songs to come out last year. And that song you just heard was a legendary feel-good anthem about being Indigenous and proud of it. Thelma Plum with her 2019 hit single Better in Black. And yeah, really love those beautiful high-flying vibes on those tracks right there. Two of my favourites to come out of the Indigenous music community. And speaking of Australian music in general, we've just crossed over 8 o'clock, so now it is time for our traditional Hottest 100 challenge. But I wanted to do things a little bit differently tonight because we normally look at a historic list, but one just happened on the weekend. And there's been a lot of conversations already about songs that were on it and songs that probably should have been on it but didn't make it, even whole artists that didn't make it that probably should have been on it. We'll be talking more about that very shortly amongst ourselves, but here are 3 songs in front of us right now, a real challenge for you guys, my music connoisseurs. 2 of these 3 songs charted in a Hottest 100. One didn't. It's up to you guys when we come back to figure out which song is the outlier that didn't make it. Without further ado, here is song number 1. One challenge to rule them all on Coast FM 963. You're on Raw and More. Angus Hammer with you alongside Jake Mercer and Will Parkhouse from Uncut Gems.
Oh my gosh.
Goodness.
In the flesh, can you believe it? We just had a very special, probably the most challenging edition of our Hottest quiz that we've ever had on Raw and More. So I bet you boys feel really lucky that you're the ones that are taking part in it.
Yeah, this one was straight up just devious.
Yes, it was tough.
Thank you very much. We just heard 3 songs from throughout modern Hottest 100 history. 2 of them charted in a yearly Hottest 100. One of them didn't. It's up to these guys to try and figure out which song missed out on its annual countdown. At the top, we heard from Sia with Chandelier, massive pop hit. Speaking of massive pop hits, then we heard from the Veronicas with Untouched. And we finished things off with indie electronic act Bag Raiders with Shooting Stars. Jakey, boy, before we get into the decisions, I want to say this year had a few songs that were quite divisive. Like, few songs that people thought, oh yeah, I'm happy that they're in there, but also a lot of songs and a lot of artists that people thought probably should have been in there that wasn't. Can you guys think of any of your own choosing that didn't make it, that you wish did?
I've got a couple of Aussie artists. I think it's absolutely criminal that Bliss and Esso wasn't in the Hottest 100 and Pendulum wasn't in the Hottest 100 either.
Right.
But in terms of international artists, I'm surprised that Baby No Money didn't get onto the Hottest 100.
True, that's a good point. Baby No Money, he released a mixtape and he got interviewed by Triple J and everything too. That's a good shout. How about you, Will?
I think I've got a very confident one for the international band one, Geese. Absolutely. Geese knocked it out of the park without getting killed. There was a lot of great songs off of it. I'm surprised, songs like Taxes didn't get on Hottest 100. That was being played a lot. There was also songs like, Islands of Men, even like maybe even freaking, what's the song called? I can't remember it at this very moment. But there was a lot of great songs off of that album that could have made it onto the Hottest 100, but it didn't even get mentioned, which is quite surprising. And I think also, for a band / artist that didn't get on the Hottest 100 was King Gizzard.
King Gizzard.
King Gizzard. No Phantom Island songs, which is quite surprising. Orchestral album, their first orchestral album, didn't get on there. I'm very surprised. So, hey, there you go.
Major, good one. I reckon I was tipping Cobra by Geese to make it as well from the new album, and they had nothing. For me, there's a few big international ones that didn't make it. Turnstile's my biggest gripe. I voted for them.
Fair enough.
They didn't make it. Same with Benny from New Zealand. I was shocked that she didn't make it. And then here are 2 massive ones. Kendrick Lamar. No Kendrick Lamar.
Right.
No SZA. She dropped a whole album, and it was played a little bit on Triple J as well. So plenty of international ones that didn't make it, and gosh, I could fill a book with the amount of Aussie artists I was hoping would get in there.
Not really much Parcels either. I saw like one Parcels song.
Parcels song. A lot of people thought there'd be more. Yeah. No, I was really looking forward to possibly seeing the Moving Stills in there. Boy Soda didn't make it. A lot of people were voting for him, so he'll be up there on the 200 as well. Yeah, a few acts were very unlucky, but that makes me even more excited for the 200. But back to the quiz at hand. Boys, which of those 3 songs do you think didn't make it in their yearly countdown?
It's like,
gosh,
like we just got to cut out Chandelier. Like, that song's stupid popular. It just makes sense that song has charted. But Untouched and Shooting Stars, that's really hard.
Remembering, they didn't make the countdown, so there was 100 songs that made it ahead of this song, which is crazy.
Wow, okay.
I'm going to say Untouched.
Untouched?
Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
What do you reckon, Will?
That's great. Because Shooting Stars was like a big meme, and that's what got the song to do so well, I guess, maybe, or probably one of the elements. Probably have to go with the Veronicas as well. Might have to go with that.
Alrighty.
That might be my guess as well.
Any reason why you picked the Veronicas?
I don't know. I feel like this is more of a personal bias. I haven't really heard the song that much before in my personal time, I guess, and I've just heard the other 2 songs a lot on the radio and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'll go with the Veronicas.
Alrighty. Well, I can now reveal that the song out of those 3 that did not make it on a Hottest 100 when it was released was... It was, in fact, Untouched by the Veronicas.
Hey!
If you can believe it, it did not chart in the year it was originally released of 2007 on the Hottest 100.
Wow. I think the reason is when it dropped, it was really popular, but then it just sort of quickly fell off.
Well, that's pretty much it. It didn't get popular until 2 years after its release in 2009, and that's when it became a global hit.
Yeah.
But because it had already been released, it wasn't eligible to chart anymore.
Yeah.
They did get their comeuppance when it charted at number 3 in the Hottest 100 of Australian songs last year. Sia with Chandelier, obviously massive hit, like Jake said. It came in at number 9 on the Hottest 100 of 2014. And Shooting Stars by Bag Raiders came in at number 18 on the Hottest 100 of 2009 before, like Will said, it blew up a few years later with memes on Vine and social media.
Yeah, wow, okay.
Well, there you go. You both got it right. Congratulations. The toughest quiz we've had.
Honestly, with the Bag Raider song, I was like, this song came out like years before it became a meme.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was still big in its time, I guess, for the Hottest 100. Great.
Yeah.
What position was it again?
Number 18.
Number 18. That's really, really good. I shouldn't be surprised. It's a great song. But yeah, wow. I guess it only got like immensely worldwide popular in like what, 2017, 2018?
Yeah, when it had those memes of people like falling off things and stuff like that.
Crazy how the world works in the internet. Just spurs music out of nowhere into the stratosphere.
Yeah, you never know what's going to be a hit. One thing that might be a hit in the near future is... And now it's time for the local list. Brought to you by Homebrewed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, indeed. That's right. It's the local list, the segment brought to you by the Homebrewed boys, Cameron Smith and Eamon Snow, who used to be in this very time slot up until a couple of years ago when they decided to leave us and run their own blog and podcast and everything like that. Tonight, though, it's a song that I have sourced for myself, and it's an artist that has actually approached us with a brand new release, literally dropped today.
Oh,
wow.
It's an exclusive?
Pretty much an exclusive premiere. By a local band by the name of Us Versus Them. They're an up-and-coming Central Coast alt-rock outfit who have only released one other single in the past. That was an absolute banger. It was called Figure It Out, and I really enjoyed their work.
I've actually got a quick question for the band if they're tuning in. That band name, is it named after the LCD Sound System song of the same name?
Oh, that's a good question. I think they are tuning in. So
that's my question.
We may get a message
name.
answering that. But yeah, Us Versus Them, they've just released their second single. It's called Excuses. It dropped today. By far the freshest track we've ever had on the local list, and it's getting premiered right now on Central Coast Radio for the very first time. Us Versus Them with their brand new single, Excuses. Bit of brand new Central Coast alt rock right there on Coast FM 963. You're on Raw and More. Angus, Will and Jake with you between 7 and 9 p.m. That was a very special edition of the local list because that's a track that literally dropped today.
Yeah.
Wow.
Being premiered and played for the very first time on Coast FM. Local alt rock outfit Us Versus Them with Excuses, brand new single of theirs. Check them out because I know that they've got some more stuff in the works as well, and they also have the already released single that I was telling you about earlier. So got some good material, local act, very talented, and yeah, that's their Coast FM debut as far as I know.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of that track?
Very, very nice.
So good.
Banger.
It's just banger, straight up, yeah.
Sort of just brought me back to like the early 90s sort of sound. I really liked it. Really, really, really good.
Yeah, classic alt sort of vibes. I love it. And shout out to Daniel from Us Versus Them who is listening in right now. Time for us to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be hearing Jake's Good Vibe of the Night.
Living on the coast. Coast FM 963.
Coast FM.
And now it's time for a segment that'll make you feel like it's you versus us, but we're all enjoying it. It's Jake's Good Vibe of the Night. God damn. Oh, yeah. That's right, it's Jake's Good Vibe of the Night, the segment where he dives into his own personal playlist and pulls out a song that he thinks has amazing vibes. Jakey boy, what's on the menu for us this evening?
Well, I figured since, you know, when you gave us your good vibe, you dedicated it to me, I'm going to dedicate mine to you, Angus.
Aww.
And so I have decided to pick the Hilltop Hoods song Breathe, specifically the restrung version. So it's got like all the orchestral stuff in it because it came off the Hard Road remix very strong album, and it is so good.
So that album, is that something that they released as like an anniversary thing?
Yeah, I think it released a couple years after The Hard Road.
Okay.
They have like released other restrung versions of other albums, and it's just like giving the songs like a different sort of flavor,
A different vibe.
yeah, different
one might
vibe,
say.
different good vibe. See, yeah, I'm good. I'm good at this radio stuff.
Yeah, he's a pro, this guy.
Learn from the best, man.
Oh, stop it. Will Parkhouse. But without further ado, this is Jake's good vibe of the night, which is...
Hilltop Woods' Breathe, Restruct.
Coast FM 963, you're on Roar and More. That right there was Jake's Good Vibe of the Night, which was...
Hilltop Woods' Breathe, Restrung.
And followed by...
As Tullamarines, crap.
Running on Empty. No,
Running on Empty.
it's
that's
not
right.
called crap, it's called...
Yeah, it's not called crap. I'm sorry, Tullamarines. It's a really good song and I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah, Running on Empty by Adelaide indie rockers, the Tullamarines right there. One of my votes in the Hottest 100, and it came in at number 97. Nice and early, but they made it, which is a win for indie rockers all around Australia, like you, Will Parkhouse.
Like me?
Yes.
Yeah, like you.
Just like me?
You could be a Tullamarine one day.
So you're telling me Pilot Buffalo has a chance?
It's quite possible with the amount of backing I want to give you guys. But yes, Breathe Restrung by Hilltop Hoods, Jake's good vibe of the night, and it had some really lovely vibes. And speaking of good vibes, it's a case of deja vu, but it's not Jake this time. It's Will's good vibe of the night.
It's me. It's me. I'm Kathy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm Will.
For the first time in Raw and More history, Will
It's my turn.
You're officially part of the team now because you've got your good vibe of the night in front of us. That's pretty much it. That's all the initiation that's left.
You spoil me. I even have my own show to do a bunch of my bunch of my choices. But hey, I guess I get my own. I guess I get my own choice on this show now. That's great.
Well, you're part of the team, and everyone on the team gets their own good vibe. And what is on the table for us from you tonight?
Well, since the theme is very sort of like Australian focused because it's Australia Day, I thought I'd pick one of my favorite Australian bands that are, they're not really around anymore, but I thought, why not? I would give them sort of some airplay. They're a band called by the name of Kid Confucius. They were an 8-piece Australian band from Sydney, Australia.
I know that place.
Since 2001, they've played over 400 live shows around the Aussie area. And they've also had some air and TV play with some of their songs from some of their albums. They've had some airplay with their songs like Last Straw and Closer. But another song they had a lot of airplay, especially on a certain radio station we cannot name is a song that I'm going to play and I've chosen for tonight called Moment, which I very much like. It's sort of like this sort of Motown-esque sound, but it's also very sort of complex and technical, and I really, really like the amount of layers instrumentally and stuff like that. This song got some it did get some airplay, and also it was off their third album in 2008, I believe, and honestly it's probably one of my favorite songs of theirs. And it was sort of like if we want to have like a more modern comparison, it's sort of like a more later Australian version of Silk Sonic, if you will.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm intrigued by this. Without further ado, this is Will's good vibe of the night, which is
Moment by Kid Confucius.
Coast FM 963, you're on Raw and More, and that right there was Will's Good Vibe of the Night, which was
Moment by Kid Confucius.
And you're right, I really love that soulful sound, a
Yeah.
big band, and you can tell on the record, I really need to get more into those guys.
Definitely.
And if you want to hear more Australian uncut gems like that band, by the way, Will's on every other Monday from 9 till 10. Time for us to take a quick break. Coming up, we have a certified Australian chart-topping legend as our sax solo of the week. And now it's time for the
Coast FM.
saxophone solo of the week. Legendary, Aussie, chart-topping, hottest 100 winning edition, In Excess with Never Tear Us Apart. Oh yeah.
You were standing, I was there, two worlds collided, and they could never tear us apart.
Never Mario Kart indeed. Coast FM 963. You're on Raw and More. That right there was our saxophone solo of the week, and also number one in the hottest 100 of Australian songs, In Excess with their timeless
In Excess.
classic. In Excess. Never Tear Us Apart. And with that, it brings us pretty much to the end of our time with you on this Australia Day evening. I hope you've enjoyed the last couple of hours of great vibes and great guys. Jake and Will, what's one thing you've got on for the rest of the week?
Well, I got work.
Fun.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I got work for the rest of the week. But
Very exciting.
yeah.
How about you, Will?
I'll be at home.
Very exciting. Even more exciting. Well, it's my birthday on the weekend, on Wednesday, so I'm sure my family will force me to socialise with relatives, so that's going to be fun. But yes, coming up after the 9 o'clock news, Wayne C is going to be with you, bringing you a bunch of Australian classics, and then Manny McCoy, as always, will be on with you from 10 till 12 with Indie Rock Cafe. We leave you right now with the best performing Central Coast-based artist in the hottest 100 of 2025. Who might that be, Will?
Ooh, I think she has a name after a certain Pokemon.
I think you're exactly right.
Who would have guessed?
Can you believe it? Should have been higher regardless.
Oh,
This is
absolutely.
Nina Geraci with the song that came in number 27. It's called iPod Touch. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.